and Thwack has a higher chance of killing.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's see what's up. Ryan, you want to hop on for Grands? Oh, okay.
Cool.
Alright, peace out, gamers.
Howdy, Bills.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome back.
It's going great. This is Grand Finals.
Already?
Yes.
Oh.
For once, we see Havoc get losers.
Yeah, I saw that. Now, are we going to get a bracket flip and be here longer, or are we just going to end it here?
Possibly. S2H, though, he's been on a roll today.
I haven't seen Meta Knight in any of your tournaments yet, and I heard that they were out in Force tonight.
Yeah, no, this Meta Knight is crazy. He's like, so when...
Jeebus, he is. Holy cow.
So when Ultimate...
He's not giving him a chance to pull anything out, and I mean... The grenades are one of the fastest things that I've seen in this whole thing.
Yeah.
But he was there. We go. It's coming out now.
Right. So, one of the things that... What was I trying to say? Oh yeah, so pre-release Ultimate, when people had like copies of the game before it was out in the public, people were saying Meta Knight was crazy, that he had all these cool strains, like we just saw all the up airs, they pretty much link into each other most percents. And you can finish it off with a bunch of moves like that.
Right.
But the issue was that barely any players actually took the real time to hold their Meta Knights afterwards, because he's such a daunting player, or a daunting character. You have to get your dash attacks and you have to get your grabs, and that's the only way you're gonna like end up in these.
Okay, so he's just too technical for your typical player, really.
Yeah, he's really linear, and if you don't get those, if you don't get either of those, the character falls flat. So.
Okay.
It's
So he's got a very small set of tools for his flowchart.
Right, but his flowchart after that is insane, and the payoff for getting it is ridiculous.
Okay, so it's almost like he's almost like a typical fighting game character in general now. He's just a Smash version of it.
Right. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Because I mean, you got real fighting game characters in here now too, with like Terry and Ken, Ryu. But they also have a very
Smashified.
a very friendly, I was gonna say, a very friendly way to use them instead of their typical games, which are really extraordinarily technical and have a really have a high entry bar.
Right. Meta Knight is one of those characters, but as we've seen, S2H has been putting a lot of work into this character and showing off how powerful it really can be.
Ooh, dang.
Ooh. No punish, though.
No, which was surprising.
Yeah, I feel like he would have stuck at C4 if he had it ready, but he had already planted it earlier.
Well, yeah.
Currently, S2H is a bit behind now. Havoc wanting revenge for being taking the losers.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's looking like. Well, we're going to see how this rolls out anyways.
Right.
I'm assuming they went against each other on stream earlier today, too, yeah?
They did.
Oh,
and
boy.
S2H won 3-0. Yeah.
3-0. Jeez. And that was in Winners Final?
Yeah, that was Winners Finals. Now Havoc is back, and he's looking for blood.
It looks like he's learned a lot, but at the same time, S2H has been doing a pretty decent job hanging on.
Yeah.
Oh, but there it went. There it went.
Perfect timing and perfect spacing.
Yep, that was a good first round.
Yeah.
That's Havoc asserting his dominance.
compared to earlier, Havoc sort of changed up his how he's playing a little bit. He's playing a little bit more farther back, and he's using a lot more Nikita.
He's being a lot more careful.
Yes, which you definitely need to be when you can identify Meta Knight's like what he wants and what he's looking for, and find a way to shut that out, like whether it's grenades or C4 or anything else really. You could shut down Meta Knight's entire game plan as a whole.
Considering what you told me earlier, where he's really only got like 2 or 3 things that you can do, and then you can flowchart off of that, you just have to take care of those 2 or 3 things.
Right.
And then it just puts Meta Knight on the defensive, and then he has to meet you. And that's exactly what Havoc's good at. He's good at getting people on the defensive, and then them having to come meet him.
Exactly. Right now, he's throwing out Nikita. Even though it can potentially lose some momentum if Meta Knight got it close, he's using it to push some kind of advantage.
Ooh, that was gutsy and good.
That was nice. Just following his where he was gonna land. at all
Well, I
times.
mean, like you said, Meta Knight's an aerial dominator, so as long as he can just kind of catch him in the air, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
And the thing about Snake, as you also told me, as I was told before as well, is that his drone is just, it's so slow and it just turns things into a bit of a pain, and then he has to C4 out of it if he's smart.
Right.
Ooh, he went way up there.
Yeah. Fortunately, it's really hard to a lot of characters to capitalize on it. Meta Knight can sort of do it, but he has to land the up air correctly, or else it's going to be DI-able.
Right. And that teleport's just disorienting, so I can see how I can see how Havoc's having trouble with that.
Yeah. Basically, his ledge guarding is nulled out by the fact that he has that option to just dip on out.
Yep. Oh, good. That was a good set of reads. Just sitting there going, nah, he's got grenades. I'm gonna stay away from that.
Right.
I'm just gonna let him blow himself up. And then he blows himself up again, sort of.
And that's always really scary because Snake can read you, or you have to read Snake. It's one of those few like 50-50 scenarios.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's better than playing Hero, where he's like your other RNG characters, where you don't play Hero, Hero plays you.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, nice up he had a shield. He punished that dash attack extremely well. It's hard to punish dash attacks sometimes because you have to tell whether or not it's gonna cross up.
Especially when you're right there.
Yes.
Ooh,
Pull
that was
that
a nice
Nikita
edge. Right? Because he tried to Nikita that and he got slashed out of it.
Right.
I mean, that was quick. I don't think he expected that.
Ooh,
That was good. That was
that
well
was a
timed.
nice 2-frame.
That was much better timed.
He's got the C4 on the platform right now.
Yeah, he's not able to edge guard like he normally does. I mean, S2H has such command over his aerials that it's just ridiculous. And then that teleport.
Yeah.
He actually got that teleport that time. He anticipated it this time.
Ooh, that was a bit sketchy
That
though.
was really, really close. Wow, really?
I was looking to get a little bit more chip damage and then either finish him off like off stage with a back air or fish for some type of uppie somewhere around
Or
here.
he'll try and just climb him out out of the stage straight up. All right, here it is. We're on our last stocks. The only thing that I think that is going to get S2H out of this is if he screws up.
The Cypher's really bulky too, so you can't just...
There it is.
Yep.
Right up, like I called it. Called it up out of the stage.
Of course. The Cypher's like deceptively strong. It can take a lot of hits, and sometimes you just land your hit on it, and it sort of absorbs the hitbox sometimes.
Okay.
And then when Snake releases the Cypher, it actually turns into a hitbox. So that's why it's pretty tricky to edgeguard Snake sometimes if you aren't familiar with Cypher.
Ooh, okay.
Because like sometimes you just gotta get like really, really close.
Right. Now, these two are friends, right?
I believe so.
I think that's what Squish was saying before he took off. That that this Meta Knight is a friend of his, and he heard through Havoc that you guys were doing this, so he decided to come out.
Yeah. Well, I heard is that he hasn't really played Havoc. I could be getting my information wrong, but he hasn't really played Havoc in like a year.
Oh, okay.
In tournament at least.
That's okay in tournament anyway. So they might
Yeah.
play casually sometimes.
Yeah. But I was also talking to S2H, and he's like an old player. He's like a melee vet, and a brawl vet, and a Smash 4 vet.
All right.
Yeah. So he's got a whole repertoire underneath him.
Neat.
And as it turns out, brawl players are really good at facing Snake. I mean, they had to.
I mean,
So.
you know what? You got a point.
Now we're just seeing a bit of an exchange here. Both players haven't really
Those
gone
teleports.
extreme edge over each other yet.
And Havoc's still trying to do the same edge guarding, and he's still getting hit by those. Ooh, that was a good
Yeah.
sighting.
So the back air dragged him down, and he read the roll like that.
Yep.
Granted, Meta Knight's F smash is pretty safe, so you can just throw that without worries. But if he does land it, then Havoc loses the stock, as he just did.
Right. My.
Challenging. Ooh.
That was bad.
That's unfortunate.
That was bad.
I do think he meant to up B or anything.
Anything other than the spin.
Yeah. I felt like Nair still remained a pretty good option there, just because they couldn't really do anything about it.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, see, he's got... Havoc keeps trying to do the same old edge guarding, and I think he just hasn't realized that it doesn't work against a Meta Knight player, because the Meta Knight's aerials are just so fast, has a decent amount of range, and then you got the teleport that gets in behind him while he's trying to edge guard forward. Like that.
Yeah. And like we said before, it's like Meta Knight's a hard character to not only play, because you have to get into the mindset that, hey, I need this stuff or it's not going to work, and you gotta get past that mentality block. Because of that, there's not enough Meta Knight players, which also means there's not a whole lot of Meta Knight experience as well.
Exactly. Oh,
And-
he's up there.
Yeah, and if you could see...
I'm surprised he didn't try and go in to capitalize for an up smash out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. But what I'm noticing is that Havoc's kind of DI'd into a lot of the things that the Meta Knight wants. Like when Meta Knight down throws, he wants to run up, he wants to run and jump and up B, just because that leads into a kill. And I'm pretty sure you can mix up that DI sometimes. So
Right. That's an interesting technique, being able to float like that. He's just air neutraling and just floating.
yeah, it's the melee or the Brawl Classic, I should say,
Yeah.
where you can just sort of put out that safe hitbox underneath it, because it's like in and out for like such a short duration.
Right.
Havoc's really dragging on this stock though.
He is, and that's more in his favor, because I mean he's already 50% in, so unless S2H can run it back, we end up with an issue. Nice.
Ooh, try to get the conversion. Okay, there we go. This is what he's looking for.
Yeah, there it is. Oh God.
So close. If you looked
Very.
at the hitbox screen that
It
shows
was
up.
so yeah, it
He
was
was
so close to just
right
going
there.
out.
Ooh, I didn't see that C4.
That was harsh. He ran it back so well, only to stand in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
He lost track. I lost track. I didn't even see it there
S2H
too.
realized that. It's so hard to keep track of it sometimes, because
is.
sometimes they put it down when you're not paying attention. And it's not like they're even putting it in a very strategic spot. It's just they're throwing it down while you're not noticing it. And if you remember it, then you get the mileage off of that.
Well, we're 2-1. This can be game point for Havoc, and then we flip the bracket.
Yeah.
What do we got?
I do sort of like the FE stage as their own, like, as the counter pick here, just because Havoc does a lot of sort of platform control. Like, if you notice him on PS2, he always has the platform checked with the C4, and because of that, he covers a lot more range than he normally would.
Yeah, I keep seeing that, because he'll cover it up there, and then he'll throw his grenades underneath it.
Ooh, stage spike.
That was nice.
I don't know if that was techable or not, but
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. It just happened.
he does have the C4 on him. I'm surprised he didn't down B when he did back throw, but
Oh my.
catches him now.
Why did he run into that? I don't know. He actually let that edge guard work. That edge guarding hasn't been working all day, and he ran right into it.
Yeah.
I don't know why S2H did that. I mean, is he throwing him a bone, or is he just, or is he just getting tired?
Yeah. What I'm noticing a lot from S2H is that his favorite read off the back air drag down is...
Oh my.
Wow. That was clean.
That was fast.
Yeah. His favorite read off the, back air has a multi-hit, so if you fast fall the back air, it drags them down and it puts them into a, bounce position where they have to check it. And so they can choose to do a normal get up, attack get up, or roll. And S2H loves to go for that read. He reads the roll and he pops the F smash.
There it is.
gets so often.
Surprised he doesn't teleport as much. I think he's thinking that Havoc might be reading it now.
That's also true. There's also not a platform to bounce to. It's much safer when you have that platform to land on because you could fly up, land on the platform, and fall off of it at the same time. And that's the biggest mix-up from it.
Right.
Ooh. He saw him approaching and just dropped the C4 like that.
Oh my. But are we going to get this? That was a nice.
He couldn't overextend. He was out of jump, so he had to return and refresh them.
Well, he did. He refreshed it, but he didn't want to go back out to it, and I can totally understand that because Havoc was waiting for it, and he wanted to smash him for it. But where's this going to go? I mean, because as it stands right now, I think S2H is just being careful that he doesn't screw up and fall off the edge, because you see a lot of that. People choking at the end of all of this, trying to not, trying to just end it quickly, and they end it for themselves instead. Nice. So
Catches the air dodge.
So we're at game point and possible bracket flip.
Possibly. We'll probably see a return to PS2 or some other platform-centric stage where the C4s can dominate more airspace.
Right.
Or we could just go back to Final Destination.
I mean, that works.
Yeah, it works.
I mean, it worked out pretty well so far. I think, because both characters have a lot of really good tools when there are platforms.
Yeah.
So taking that away doesn't necessarily level the playing field, but it makes it more difficult on both of them.
You're right, and it does make it so you can actually edge guard Meta a little bit more. It strips away that one option that we were talking about before.
Yep, with him being able to fly up to those extra platforms and then mix up.
Yeah. Ooh, and the grenade breaks the combo there.
He managed to avoid the grenade again, and he's just got to keep an eye on that C4 in the middle. Oh,
that was sketch.
Wasn't close enough. Wasn't close enough. His spacing was way out.
Yeah. He could go up and challenge him, but Havoc's just going to throw out the back air, and it's going to press him enough.
And they are at total evens right now. If hit for hit, counter for counter.
Extremely even game right here.
Some of this is like watching an old samurai film where they're just kind of dancing around each other and then finally landing something.
Right. S2H is looking for any of his ways to lock into a kill confirm, and Snake is looking for any move that actually kills. Ooh!
There it was.
So
that roll.
In order to get that, he had to turn around and F smash, as opposed to just holding the raw F smash.
That's
which is a
fast.
good call, understanding how far Snake was going to be able to roll there.
Oh my! There that was. He laid it down and then he called it out.
Yep. There wasn't very many options for him left there, so.
I mean, all he could do was teleport, and he forced him to it with that C4.
That's some very good awareness right there. Ooh, there's a C4 stuck onto him, so. Okay, now it's gone. Shield almost broke, but.
But he managed. Like I said, it's still hit for hit.
Yep.
This is going to be an extremely close game if it keeps up like this.
Yeah. And one of the Snake's, one of the deadly things for S2H here is that Snake has so many moves that can just flat out kill.
Like
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, up tilt, you have C4, and S2H has to really work for all of his kills.
He absolutely does, because he's only got so many tools that he can use, and then he's just got to make sure that he gets it into it.
Right.
I mean, a lot of it's just flat out timing, because that could have gone into something better, but he didn't manage.
Yeah.
It's all about getting off of those getting off on those confirms. Ooh.
He held shield for a really long time there.
He did. It was a little much, and Havoc told him so.
And the up
there we are,
tilt, the
flipping
bracket reset. Both are losers now.
Okay then.
it's really interesting how both players can continue to go back and forth and continue to find new ways to get in on each
Absolutely.
other and
I
to
know.
prevent old strategies from working too.
Absolutely. And right now, I think Havoc's feeling a little more redeemed, after getting 3-0'd.
Yeah. Ooh! And this is one of Havoc's specialties. He loves it when he's on the platform because he's able to get the sticky pass so often. Because when he attaches it in the air, he gets away safely just because he lands underneath the platform, and it's so much harder to punish him from that. And you may be sitting in shield and thinking that you're safe because he can't throw out a move, but the sticky is it's literally a walking time bomb.
Okay. Oh, he's already out.
Up tilt is super strong.
Yeah.
It's holding on to the grenade. Ooh!
Good.
I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was a call out or Havoc panicking, but really took it there.
Didn't work out for him.
Yeah. Up smash. Off the lower percents. Oh, off the lower percents. He doesn't get knocked high enough off the dash attack, so the up smash is what he can, the most he can do from there.
Oh, man. Ooh, that was a good setup. Oh, that up. Nice.
He keeps on getting this. Every time that Havoc air dodge, every time Havoc air dodges to ledge, he's leaving himself vulnerable just long enough for S2H to get that extremely fast S smash in. And an up tilt just does that.
Back to evens. But it can be anybody at this point. Trading hit for hit again. Havoc just a little down versus. And he's able to get it right back. Yep. Hit for hit still.
It's so hard because Meta Knight can't exactly just throw out dash attacks all willy-nilly because it doesn't cross up. It allows Snake to freely punish it immediately afterwards. So he really has to get a read on the situation in order to get his dash attacks in and
Right.
get his combos going.
Looks like S2H is trying to get him onto the edge so he can just kind of knock him and then just kind of trap him into an up air.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
Ooh. Ooh!
Coming
He did it at the
down
wrong
off of-
place.
Up aired in the wrong spot and ends up getting nailed by the C4, it looked like.
Yep. Now
But
we're
he
just-
did exactly what I was telling you he was trying to do. He was trying to trap him onto the corner, and then he was trying to get him into an up air combo.
Yep. And unfortunately, he just did it in the wrong place.
Well, he did it in the wrong place, and it wasn't high enough. Because if it was high enough, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Stadium has a low ceiling, though, doesn't it?
It has a lower ceiling, if I recall.
So he was banking on that, trying to get that going, but it just didn't work out for him.
Havoc has adapted to not really sitting on the C4s for too long. Usually drops the C4 and then maybe
It's
4
usually
seconds.
right away. He just kind of tries to make sure that it's always out.
Yeah. It is a very deadly option. It has such a huge hitbox.
And like you said, he's always sticking it up on those platforms to make sure that he covers enough room.
Right.
And S2H is getting close enough to all of them so he can make sure that he can just kind of not be next to it when he needs that air. Because that's his big thing. He needs to be able to get up into the air.
Yeah.
Without being able to get up into the air, he ends up kind of screwed.
Now we're seeing an extremely campy Havoc, which is not very typical of him.
No, it's not. He's
He
being
loves
very,
his
very
Twitter
cautious.
clips.
He's being much, much more cautious than he normally is.
Yeah. Havoc loves his Twitter clips,
Ooh,
so
that was a good.
you know, he's not one to shy away from going for the flashy play, but you know,
Oh, that
desperate
was
times
good.
call
That
for
was
desperate
good.
measures.
There. Is he gonna do it again?
He's got the C4 back. Takes some damage in the process.
He just keeps him off.
What was that?
Oh, did they both? Oh, he came back. That was good.
Wow. I don't know what exactly happened. I think Nair came out. Damn.
He might have bounced off him for a down smash and then just jumped back out.
Yeah. Just barely dancing over Snake here. Couldn't finish it with an up B.
S2H is doing a much better job keeping control over the situation this time around. But what are we going to do with this? I mean, is this going to go 2-2 again, and then we're going to see what goes down? Or,
Maybe.
I mean, this is just like the last set of 3.
Yeah. At this point, we might see a player fatigue out. I'm surprised he didn't really just run in and try and punish Snake while he was still in the Nikita animation.
I think he was trying to bait him in to do that, so that way he'd just kind of capitalize on something. But at the same time, Meta Knight's so fast, what could he do?
Yeah. Just the up tilt. That move is so oppressive. Right, well, we see a dash attack here, and it gets broken up by a grenade. Safely retreats out, making sure not to get hit by the up smash. What's that?
And this is just... Wow.
Ooh,
There.
the call out! That's why he needed to take that early stock.
Yep, he just wanted to... He was waiting for that roll, because, I mean, that's what it turned into. I was about to make comment that it was turning into a roll match, and Meta Knight just managed to... He managed to call it out.
Caught on. Yeah, it's not often we see Snake die at less than 100.
Nope, here we go again. 1-1. Bracket reset, back to platforms.
So, one of the things that having this platform set allows Havoc to do is it stops, like, it helps the counter ledge jumps.
It also helps with his edge guarding.
Right.
Because you set C4 up there, and you're gonna have a really nice edge guard.
Yeah, exactly. So you can put Snake in a position where he's gonna like check roll, or he's gonna check like get up or get up attack, and then you can have the C4 up there because it's so fast. It's just gotta watch out for when he wants to blow up the C4.
Right. Ooh.
At this point, it seems like he's just stalling it out. He's not gonna let the situation get any worse. He's just gonna accept the fact that that transferred over. But I was saying, like, he's not gonna let the C4 get any worse. He's just gonna accept the fact that he got C4'd, and he is probably gonna get blown up for it.
He already got upped out of there. That seemed a little low. This seems like it was a little lower than the other. And here we are.
The blast zone is a bit lower, but the overall stage is a bit more open.
Okay. Ooh, that was nasty.
This is okay.
I mean, S2H is already up above 70%, and Havoc hasn't taken much in general. Havoc's been doing a really good job making sure that he can just keep control.
Yeah. Safely retreats to that platform.
Yeah, these platforms are working out really, really well for him because he knows exactly how it needs to go, and it's helping with his mortar launcher because his mortar launcher will detonate early.
Yeah. He almost caught the grenade there with the up air.
Yep.
Would have almost ended him in a stock, probably.
Ooh, that was a good read out of that roll.
I respect S2H's patience here. He's not contesting any of his moves. He's not trying to get the greedy punish. He's just dealing with it as it's there.
Yep.
And knowing that, hey, I can maneuver around all of Snake's grenades and everything else, so I don't need to worry.
Right.
I just need to take care of what's right in front of me right now.
Right, and it's actually kind of impressive that he's not using the teleport as much, but I think that's more to his detriment, especially on stages like this, where you've got the platform above you, and you need to just kind of get in the middle of the stage, and like fast.
And Havoc's like sort of respecting S2H's wishes too. He's like, okay, well, if you're not gonna come, then I'm gonna get rid of this so I could do something better.
Well, I mean, you gotta be able to get in sometimes too, in general, because time runs down. You're already over percentage. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do otherwise?
Exactly.
Oh,
That was.
that was a whiff and punish. Oh my!
Right. I like how.
there it
oh,
was.
he buffered an air dodge there, and he couldn't recover in time.
Yep.
There's the C4 on that platform. But
And there's that up, and we're back at evens. 1-1-1-1. Doubling this up. Oh, but what's gonna happen from it?
try to go for the sticky there, but
That was a good time. Oh my, both of them out of it. And Havoc was the one that was able to recover faster.
ooh, he had the read almost. And he's getting a bit fishy for it.
Starting to get a little reckless, a little nervous, I think. And this is probably the hardest Havoc's ever had to work for his first place.
Right? At least here.
Uh-huh.
But letting those up smashes is not beneficial for his 2H's health.
No, no, no.
So many things being thrown out. You gotta find the right time to get in.
And I keep trying to look for the
optimal
C4,
route.
but I keep trying to look for the C4, but he's not planting it as often as he used to.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really, really being strategic with everything now. He just doesn't spam it right out to do area denial and make sure that people are avoiding, you know, because S2H is so good at just avoiding all of it and just staying up in the air. He doesn't have to touch ground in order for this to work. So, I mean, Havoc has to work so much harder because he's not used to not having a rush down like that.
Drop the shield, or the shield was so
Too
low that
early.
it hit him.
Well, he was trying to up smash out of that, and it just didn't work out for him.
On the platform too was guaranteed to kill him.
That was rough. That was rough.
We're over our time limit.
That we are.
Smash
Ha-
players, am I right?
Yeah, something like. Well, tournaments in general, nothing ever goes to time.
Yeah.
Well, if Havoc gets this, then we go home. Otherwise, we gotta stay here for another round.
Yeah. And with Havoc's playing, he's not looking to make this fast at any rate.
Well, he can't make it fast. S2H is making sure of that.
Yeah.
Like I said, around here, this is probably the hardest Havoc has ever had to work for his first place. I mean, he had to come back from a 3-0 losers bracket, and it's turning into 3-2, 3-2 the entire way. There it was.
Nice. Yeah, he can't hold out that Nikita, unless if he gets hit with the Nikita, he can't hold it out for too long. So
Well,
he
I
has to
think-
recognize when it won't hit and
Well,
when
I
it
think
will hit.
S2H is just respecting it a little too much, because
Yeah.
I think he thinks the recovery out of the Nikita is a lot faster than it really is. Ooh, did he just blow himself up?
He did.
Oh, nice.
That's also just gonna show how stupidly big the C4 range is.
Well, I mean, it also shows you that Havoc's really trying hard to get him, whether or not it gets him too. Because I think he was planning on sacking himself anyways, but S2H wasn't there, so it turned into an empty sack. bad trade. Bad trade.
Ooh, he got the drag down, but he failed to capitalize off of it.
Ooh, good up air.
Good DI, because that could have killed him if he was like going straight up. That could have definitely killed him.
He's trying to bait him in with the Nikita, but S2H is just, he's too careful for that. He respects that Nikita a lot more than Havoc really gives him credit for.
Yeah.
Because he's only come at him once from it, and that's because he overextended it twice.
Right.
Without any backup, he didn't have any. He didn't have the. He didn't have the C4 down.
Yeah. I think he's found his he can force Snake to go up just because like Nair knocks him out of the Cypher heavy armor or super armor, and then he's forced to recover up because like everything besides that is just gonna straight up keep him away. Everyone's cleaned it up right now,
which is a good thing because it needs to get done. But we gotta handle this. We gotta stay the course. Finish up.
Havoc is the lead right now, so S2H really needs to get this kill so he can start racking up percent on that last stock before he gets into like up tilt range.
Well, I mean, he's got the advantage. It's clear. I'm pretty sure Havoc's going to take care of this. S2H has a long way to go for his run backs, and he hasn't run back really well tonight.
Yeah.
The only time he did run back really well, he ended up accidentally, falling off the edge.
Right.
It just turned into a bad situation.
Ooh,
There
the call
it was.
out. Yeah.
So unless S2H can run this back, then Havoc's got it in the bag. All he has to do is get a really good read and lure him into a nice C4 patch.
Yeah.
Or at the very least up tilt.
Snake is at least immune to some of Meta Knight's cheese.
Yeah,
because
he's trying to up tilt.
Yeah, because on some characters, Meta Knight can carry you across the entire stage, but because Snake gets armor on his up B, it's not possible for Meta Knight to completely cheese you out of a victory like that, just because the armor protects you enough to get back.
I think Havoc's trying to do this quick again because he's blowing himself up with his C4 and he just needs to stop. S2H is doing a really good job dancing around. He's running it back great. We're back at evens, but how's this going to end? Because I mean, that's what we need right now. We just need to know what's going to happen with this because I think Havoc is getting a little. He's getting a little unnerved.
He's getting a little dicey.
Yeah, he's getting a little unnerved and he doesn't know how to react to a lot of this because he's just got the nerves right now.
Yeah, and one more epi should.
Ooh! And there it is, 2-2. We're back to it.
We're back to Game 5. Bracket reset. Game 5. Both players and losers. Who is going to take this home? We've seen it go back and forth and back and forth.
And I told you that this is exactly the situation we were going to end up with earlier today. It was going to be 3-2, 3-2. 3-2 bracket reset, 3-2. It's just who's going to get that 3 now.
Yeah. I think we definitely saw Havoc panic just a little bit. Like, stuff just stopped working.
Well, it was a couple of times because he kept hitting himself with his own C4 because he was trying to put it out too fast. And it just wasn't working for him and he couldn't get himself away from it. I think he needs to get smarter with it and just dominate the platforms like he used to.
Yeah.
It's just he has such a hard time doing that because S2H is just going to dance in the air until he detonates. So unless he wants S2H to never touch ground, he's got to just leave the C4 alone. Yeah. Stick to grenades and Nikita and his mortar launcher. I think he's underestimating his mortar launcher and not using it enough.
I think the thing is that like it doesn't really like it threatens S2H from coming in, but S2H is just gonna respect it enough to not come in regardless.
Yeah.
And at ledge, like we've already seen S2H make phenomenal recoveries, and when he does go for that up smash, it's slow enough that S2H can just dash away with the forget what's called, but it's the down B that makes it disappear. And he held it out there. He was like, "Are you gonna drop your shield here?"
Wow.
Challenging that.
You hear the crowd just kind of gasp at it too.
Okay, well, Snake has the C4 right now on his head.
Boy.
Who has it now? Okay, that's gone. Golden Age
S2H
shield.
was a little too smart for it. I mean, he's been smart for a lot of the C4 in general. Oh, that was dirty.
So that side B was his best recovery option because he was too low for the up B, and if he up B'd early, then he would have been put in a vulnerable state. But that just caught Havoc and got him at the most unfortunate drag down ever.
Absolutely, and now we're at evens again. They just keep doing this. They keep trading back and forth and just keep evening up. And they run it right back. S2H is just, he's hanging on for dear life, and at the moment he's got complete control. Well, not complete control. He's got commanding control.
To me, it doesn't seem like Havoc is playing as methodically as he was before. He's like,
S2H doesn't let him though, because S2H's whole deal is being able to take care of people that are ground bound. And Meta Knight can dance in the air and it doesn't matter. He doesn't care. He's like, yeah, go ahead, set stuff up on the ground. I'll just stay up here for a little while.
yeah,
See?
it's
He did it
really,
again.
yeah, it's really throwing Havoc off. I've never seen Havoc have a bad mentality shift, but maybe that's what we're starting to see here. And S2H is just adapting pretty flawlessly here. Like, he's gone from like gameplay into gameplay, like without any like rough patches in the grass. And Havoc here is just struggling to. Thank you.
And he did you see him dare the C4
Yeah.
twice? And he was just like, "No, screw it, I'm going to do it." He hasn't succeeded with the C4 yet, and he's not going to expect this, so he just ran right through it.
All right,
Ooh.
the 50-50 putt doesn't lead to anything. He's just poking.
Oh, that teleport.
Yeah, that's his spot dodge. So when he holds shield and
okay, I
press
got
down, yeah. So it's like a roll, but it's stationary. And it allows you to call out moves while still being in their face.
I see.
Ooh, and the
there it
nair
was.
right there is gonna take Havoc down.
Now is Havoc going to be able to run this back? Because, I mean, if he knocks him off, it's evens again.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he just has to deal a little damage.
The question is what strategies does Havoc need to employ in order to get back his lead and win the match?
Well,
He's game really fishing for the up tilt here. He's running a lot more than we normally see. Even though we can all recognize how. Yeah.
I mean, he's extraordinarily weak in the air, and S2H is trying to bait him up into the air, and it's only been working a couple of times. And then, I mean, S2H is just, he is so good at being on the ground and then not being on the ground all of a sudden, and it's just messing Havoc up.
Yeah. This might be Havoc tilt for the first time here, at least.
New blood coming in and taking over. Oh my. Is this gonna be it?
Is the Cade's reign over? He still has another stock though.
He does. I mean, it just needs one good hit unless Havoc can run this back. And he can. We've seen it.
Yes. We all know the crazy damage output Snake can get when a lucky couple of grenades will line up.
And all he needs to do, I mean, he's starting to do it again now. He's really just kind of throwing it. He's just trying to get him to him.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's just one more hit. That's all he wants.
Yeah.
And so Havoc's going to try and take advantage of that, and he's going to start laying traps. Because, I mean, what's he going to do otherwise? The only other thing that can happen is S2H can run out the clock and just call it at that. But is that really the way he wants to go?
We have the whole crowd standing and watching this match too, and they're all with the anticipation for what's going to happen next.
They're gasping at every explosion. Oh, man. But you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's trying to take a commanding, because it's at that point. We're just at that one hit, and S2H is just trying to get it, and he's just not able to, and he's playing it safe, because now, otherwise, if he screws up, he's going to end up sabotaging himself, which is exactly what Havoc did.
He missed the read!
Oh my gosh!
I'm legitimately like at here. And we only have a minute left on the clock too. This could turn into a point of stalemate.
It could, but I mean, doesn't it go by percentage anyway?
Dude, S2H isn't approaching or doing anything. He's just gliding around. I think he realizes his win condition. He has a whole minute.
Oh my god.
He has a whole minute to dodge every single one of Snake's attacks. There's so many things here that could go wrong for S2H. And
that could have been
just
double
one
wide.
bad move.
Oh no!
He still has the percent lead. S2H. Oh!
Oh my gosh! Come
Okay,
on.
S2H. He can run away now.
Hammer it.
30 seconds left.
Are we gonna run out the clock?
Are we gonna run out the clock?
We're gonna
Dude,
run out the
is
clock.
this brawl?
It may as well be at this point. I mean, it's a typical brawl matchup.
15 seconds left? Oh my gosh. This is unreal. This is unreal. Oh! 5 seconds left on the clock.
I mean, they had
S2H
to.
takes it.
That was all they could do. I mean, it just came down to who was gonna get the spike. Who
Yeah.
was gonna get the spike?
Leave it up to these two players to make an epic grand final. That was hype.
That was great. Well, it's a good night tonight.
It's been a blessing. Thanks everyone for showing up. Make sure to check out our Discord, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, everything.
And we'll see you next time.
Deuces.